This message is for someone who usually prefers to be like in the backdrop. Somebody who they're not really comfortable being in the spotlight. Okay. So the message for you is that it's time to step out of the shadows, right? You've done the shadow work. You have grown so much spiritually. You have endured so much. And it's time now for you to step out into the spotlight and get the recognition that you deserve. Okay? And so what I heard was fame. Right? Is you, Queen Nefertiti came out. I had a card that came out here with Queen Nefertiti. Queen Nefertiti is one of the most famous queens of ancient Egypt, right? She was also, I believe at one time, she was also reigning pharaoh after her husband was exiled. Okay? You are supposed to have that kind of fame. You are supposed to have Queen Nefertiti fame. This means that you are not supposed to just, your name is going to go down in history books. There are going to be people talking about the impact that you've left on humanity for years and years and years to come, long after you've left your physical body, the physical body that you're in right now. Okay. The bottom of this card also says alchemy. So you are you have very high magnetic energy, right? Very high feminine magnetic energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, your feminine essence, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the right word, like you have very high, not a high libido, but you have high pheromones. That's what I'm trying to think of. You have very high pheromones, and it attracts people to you. It literally is attracting people in your direction. Queen Nefertiti, her name means the beautiful one has come, and you are very beautiful. Even if you may not feel like it, you may feel like, oh, you have so many flaws. You notice your flaws, like you are your biggest critic, but when everyone else sees you, it's almost like I just got the shallow Hal kind of feeling. Like when everyone sees you, they have the shallow Hal effect. They see somebody who's just gorgeous. They see you as just being 10 across the boards, best outside, inside, all 10s. But when you see yourself with this lens of criticism, okay? And so stop hiding yourself, because you are being harder on yourself than you're supposed to. You're being a bigger critic on yourself than you actually should be. So we also got mask that came out. So yeah, like you are hiding behind your own mask. You built up this barrier, and you're hiding behind it, and you shouldn't, because you're actually truly beautiful. And it's not what you see what people see on the outside. Is really this glow and this aura that you have on the inside that really shines through, because you have this heart of source. You have this heart of unconditional love. This card says all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So this is what you truly have. This is who you are. You are this being of unconditional love and complete serenity for all of humanity. And so yeah, don't be so judgmental on yourself. Don't judge yourself at all. Love yourself. Love on yourself. Love yourself harder than anyone else is ever going to love you, flaws and all. Because most people don't see your flaws. Even though you see every little nugget of something that could possibly be wrong with you, that's not how everyone else sees you. So love yourself harder than anyone else could ever possibly love you the way that you know God truly loves you. Okay. Yeah, definitely you're destined for fame. You are destined for fortune. Fortune is definitely going to come. You may even start building money before the fame comes, right? You know, they say fame and fortune, but for you it might be fortune then fame, because how you make your fortune might actually be one of the ways that helps you to become famous. I don't know. Follow your desire. Yeah, what you desire, I feel it has a lot to do with unity. I know there's something about this card, and I see like the sign of the triple goddess behind her, and she looks as if she's standing in the middle, and she almost kind of reminds me of Cupid with the bow and arrow. So it's almost like, and then like behind her there's like multi hands. She's just holding 6 hands. It gives me cherubim kind of energy. She has 6 arms. One of her arms is holding the bow and arrow. Another 2 of her arms seem to be holding these globes, and then 2 more are like bringing a big orb, or holding a golden orb at the top over her head. So it almost makes me feel as if like you're bringing, your desire is to bring unity. This could be a unity within yourself, a heart and a brain cohesion, right? Unity within yourself, within your masculine and your feminine principles. But more so, I feel like overall this could be a unity with humanity in general. I don't know, maybe we have a card here that came out with higher heart activation, and this card says dropping shields, drop your mask, divine love, and your heart is healed. So with your heart being healed, I feel as if there's things that you've had to deal with. There's things where dealing with relationships that have left you with some kind of trauma, some kind of scarring. And it feels as if with this card is making me feel as if one of the desires that you have is for better relationships, for people to just treat people better, to treat you better, right? And know that is exactly what is coming. That is definitely what's coming towards you. The more that you heal yourself, the more that is also what's going to be, that's what also ripples outward into your tangible reality. Okay. You have a connection here not only to the Lemurians but also to the Anunnakis. So this Anunnakis, I know that we've heard a lot, maybe you've heard a lot about the fact that the Anunnaki were a part of the people that started the modern human species, right? And for whatever reason, they transitioned from this realm to another realm. But they left a lot of information here. They left a lot of ancient texts. They left a lot of old technology, or old modern technology. When they left, they also left during a cycle. They came at one period of cycle when consciousness was a little bit lower, and then they left right before the consciousness fell again. And so now we're coming back up on elevating ourselves consciously. And I feel as if you're someone who is here to help bring forward that shift, to help push the consciousness higher, raise it higher. And you do that simply by having a higher vibration, especially with this Lemurian seed crystals, the seed codes. These Lemurian crystals were supposed to be crystals that sacred information, sacred geometry was etched onto them, and then they were buried all over the world. I see this as like, this is what you have on your DNA. You have special sacred information that's written within your DNA, especially if you're connected to the Anunnaki, and you're bringing that information back to this realm. And you're not doing that by teaching anyone, although you could be a spiritual teacher, you could be a spiritual guru, but I also get the feeling is that you are doing that just by staying within your uniqueness and your authenticity. This card here says embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. So just you being who you are and being one and being real with yourself, being authentic, you are automatically bringing forth these hidden codes that are within inside of you. Yes, okay, so know that you have a very angelic frequency. You let off an angelic frequency, you know, because you are an earth angel, right? You are in this world but not of this world. And not only you are letting off that angelic frequency here in this realm, but because you hold that frequency, you're also connecting with other star beings. Okay, so you could be getting connections with them from your dreams, through synchronicities, through things that are happening in your day-to-day reality, like glitches in the matrix. Yes, and you also are in connection with the Anunnaki that have left here. You also are in connection with ancient Lemurian information. You might want to go to Mount Shasta. You might have heard of Mount Shasta. If you go to any one of those sacred places such as Mount Shasta, for you it's almost like you're an activator for these kinds of places. You're an activator on certain ley lines. So even if you were to go to the Egyptian pyramids of Giza, something about your DNA and who you are, that you would activate something within these temples that are located on these ley lines. So if you've never gone there before, you might want to plan a trip in your lifetime, you know, when your fortune comes. Yes, plan a trip there, because there's something about your DNA that is going to unlock something in one of these major temples, whether it's the pyramids of Giza, Mount Shasta, the pyramids in South America. Okay, yes, because we also have Gaia gateway activation. You are a Gaia gateway activation within yourself. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. Yes, it's like that is what's written in those codes inside of you. It's written. Wisdom, knowledge, earth intelligence is written within your DNA. And yeah, you're being called now. I feel as if like your guides and your ancestors, they want you to advance. They want you to move and do things that are not only going to help advance you spiritually, but advance this whole earth, the whole globe within itself. And you can't do that if you're wearing the mask. You can't do that if you're hiding, or you're just staying. Not necessarily that you're hiding, but I get that maybe it's a lot of things going on out here in the world, a lot of things that are perceived as being negative and bad. And so you find comfort within yourself. You find comfort in your home, in your little space. And even if you work and you go out to a job or you're around other people, I see you as being somebody who's just really more like reserved. You know, you kind of stay in the backdrop. You know, you're not someone who really cares about the spotlight being on you. However, you have to, it's time now. Now it's time for you to shift. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to move, because the earth is ready. You're ready. You know, you are ready. Know that you are protected. Know that you are being guided, and that, you know, this is meant for you. This is what your soul wants. This is what you came here for. And yeah, step out on faith. Step out knowing that you are protected and you are loved no matter what.